We're going to bet on. I put money on Whittaker just because there's so many variables with Khamzat.
What he did to Rockhold was disturbing. His kid has had 2 surgeries. His kid's going to have one second surgery.
That's real.
Here's the story on that dude.
Talks about how he's been depressed and he's been constantly moving. And he has a kid. And you're like, oh, this is a normal dude.
His kid has had 2 surgeries. His kid's going to have one second surgery.
I going back to Sweden. My son has 1 surgery, has a second one, but
How old is your son?
1.5.
Yeah, you're only one?
Yeah, only 1.
What kind of surgery is he getting?
He has a one kidney, some problem. I don't know what that calls in English, so but they say usually a lot of kids has it, so somebody from your family, bigger one, my brother, my sister, anyone gets, it's hard. You think about that, but when you're a kid, it's different. You feel about it. You think about it, So for me, most important, my family, not the fighting game. So this one, of course, I think about it more.
Yeah. After the fight.
Yeah, and they're like, what's going on? He's like, I was depressed because he's like, it's tough making my family move every fucking month.
Why did he have to move all the time?
I don't know.
You mentioned you got famous. Like, what was some of the problems that came with that?
Some crazy people sometimes. When I was living in Sweden, so you can't hide your address, so everyone can know wherever you live, so some crazy people knock your door as well, but so it's some crazy people you meet in the streets and they come talk about anything, like a lot of people wants to do some business, a lot of things, a lot of different, everyone talks in your ear and it's hard, focus for training,
People give him shit about not coming to America. He's like, my health, when I fly, it fucks me up.
Yeah,
which I don't know. Who knows
dude,
what's real?
Here's the story on that dude. Supposedly, you can't kick him out of the gym. He's the most brutal overtrainer. Like, that's the story on him, and that he's just like such a psychopath that he'll train even if he's sick.
Did you see him training with the Olympic wrestling team?
Yes. Yeah.
No.
He's a beast, dude.
Yeah, he's a beast.
What he did to Rockhold was disturbing. It was disturbing. Like, Luke Rockhold, he's not in his prime, but Luke Rockhold was a fantastic grappler.
Who are you guys talking about again?
Khamzat.
Oh.
Khamzat rolled with Luke Rockhold and just ran through him.
Okay.
Ran through him. Armbarred him. What else?
He's
Like,
okay.
heel hooked him.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, but just ran through him. Just dominated him.
But he's a banshee. But the only thing, I would not touch this as far as betting. If I were going to bet it, I'd put money on Whittaker just because there's so many variables with Khamzat. His best heavyweight win is against Mearshart. He's never really beat a true middleweight. And then you're going from fighting welterweights. He beat a blown up Usman, struggled with that, struggled with Gilbert Burns, and you're fighting Robert Whittaker at 3?
Well, I still want to see it.
Oh, no, Joe, I'm not saying, no, I'm not saying,
Yeah.
no, I'm saying I wouldn't bet on it.
Well,
I'm saying there's too many unknowns with Khamzat for me to bet on it.
Like, that was like one of the first, I think his first fight was at 85,
Yes.
and then I think at 170 he's unstoppable. But I just don't think he can really
tough
make
to weigh down
170.
Did you see him on the scales for this?
He looked bad.
He was the last one to weigh in.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Even 85. Yeah.
Max looks very thin, too. Max looks real drawn out.
See, I don't like Max at 45,
Real
especially at
drawn
his
out.
age. I like him at 55. But
Yep.
the thing with Max, so he's been going on this fucking war path after losing to Volkanovski. They asked him what changed. You know what he said?
What?
Sparring. Remember, he was the guy that goes, I
Yeah.
don't spar? They go, what
Yeah.
changed? He goes, I started sparring again. That's why I'm knocking bitches out. You got to
Well,
spar.
You got to spar.
You got to spar.
Unfortunately.
He was the one guy, I'm like, oh man, maybe you don't have to. And then you're like, all right.
I wonder